Cancer survivors are calling for changes to the benefit system to help people with their finances after diagnosis and treatment. The charity Remission says that there should be a more sympathetic approach. BBC Moneybox reporter Dan Whitworth has more.
Figures from Cancer Research UK suggest around 1 in 2 people will be diagnosed with cancer during their lifetime. Understandably, so much focus is usually put on the health implications of the disease, but the financial impact often has long-term serious consequences too, as Steve Poynton discovered when he was diagnosed with kidney cancer and 2 years later told it had spread.
After my second cancer diagnosis, it was really, really difficult. It was probably as difficult as going through the treatment for cancer to get back on my feet financially, because I ended up out of work. I obviously ended up in debt because I was spending basically what I hadn't got, and that was just to keep the roof over our heads. It wasn't on luxuries in any way, shape or form. It was as difficult as fighting the treatment at times.
As part of research into this area, Remission questioned more than 1,200 cancer survivors. It found 3/4 of those who replied struggled to return to work after a diagnosis, whilst 2/3 described a significant drop in income when they did. The charity says better training for benefits advisors, pausing instead of stopping payments when people return to work, and encouraging people to explore critical illness insurance cover could make a huge difference.
When I was diagnosed with cancer, I was left totally destitute. And on speaking to other people out there, I found this situation was shared by countless other people within our community. So something really does need to change. People should not be fighting for their life and also fighting the DWP and living in poverty as a consequence. It's just a total travesty.
The Department for Work and Pensions said a pathway already exists for people who are unemployed and have cancer to receive the highest level of benefit, adding it regularly meets cancer charities to improve the assessment process for patients and is investing £240 million to join up health and employment support. Remission suggests people can also help themselves by looking into critical illness cover if they don't have cancer, speaking to a GP after a diagnosis about prescription exemptions, as well as speaking to cancer charities and other organisations who can offer help. As for Steve, who's currently clear of cancer, he says a kinder benefit system would go a long way to help survivors like him.
Really lucky that friends and family, especially family, were there to help. They picked up the slack, basically, and it was a really, really slow process. And so we're now 7 years on from my cancer treatment, and are we back on our feet? Maybe. We're okay now.
Dan Whitworth, BBC News.
Space agencies are closely monitoring a Soviet-era